Welcome to a fiery new episode of the Demonic Compendium, the show where I discuss the mythology, design, and game history of your favorite Megami Tensei demons. The year may be dying down, but we want to keep those fires burning until the celebration ends. So hold your loved ones close, because today, we're talking about Sati. Sati is a minor goddess in Hindu mythology, but plays an important role. She was one of the daughters of Daksha, one of the children of Lord Brahma. Sati is famous for being the first consort of Shiva. However, Daddy Daksha did not approve of his daughter's love, and was all like, "I don't like you dating that Lord Shiva guy. He's a bum, and his YouTube channel isn't going anywhere because nobody wants to subscribe to it or click that bell." Sati was naturally crestfallen that her father didn't approve of her relationship with Lord Shiva, so when Daksha threw a sacrificial bonfire and didn't invite his daughter or her paramour, she showed up anyway and hurled herself into the fire. Also, I think around this time, Shiva cut off Daksha's head and replaced it with a goat head. We should probably get Daksha in the franchise at some point. Sati died from the flames, but was eventually reincarnated as the goddess Parvati, where she and Shiva lived mostly happily. Those are stories for another day. Sati's Compendium entry from Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster refers to her as Shiva's first consort in Hindu mythology. She threw herself into a sacrificial fire in protest of her father's mistreatment of Shiva. Reincarnated as Parvati, she was reunited with Shiva. Design-wise, Sati has remained pretty consistent throughout the franchise. In her very first appearance, she was a persona with this red and black motif, but from Nocturne onward, she's maintained the same Kaneko design. And I've gotta say, Sati looks pretty darn... Don't say hot. Don't say hot. Do not say hot. You are better than that. Sexy. That's it. I'm out of here. All jokes aside, I actually really do like Sati's design. The black and gold bodysuit is really memorable, with Kaneko saying it was supposed to be emblematic of funeral garb. I definitely do like the open leggings, and the fire is a nice, not even slightly subtle reference to her mythology. A slightly more subtle nod to her origins is that Kaneko gave Sati the same pink eyes, fingernails, and toenails as Parvati, directly referencing the goddess she would eventually become. While Sati doesn't really have any other designs, I do find it slightly odd that even though she has this perfectly good, like, really good Kaneko art, in Persona 3 and 4, they use this separate artwork that is not as good. This is like a Sati you get from Wish.com. As far as game history goes, as previously stated, Sati's very first appearance was in Persona 1, where she had a slightly different design and was known as Crosscut in Revelations Persona. Sati didn't really gain much traction as a demon until Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Alongside a couple of other demons like Satanta or Compendium, Sati feels like she was created for the sole purpose of utilizing the new demon evolution system, as Sati will transform into Parvati when leveled up high enough. Sati has a small role in Digital Devil Saga 2, where Surf and the gang must fight a pair of them during their infiltration into the EGG installation. If players carry over save data from Digital Devil Saga 1, where they defeated Beelzebub's fly form, the Sati will have special dialogue about having its ring. After the battle, Surf will gain the Skull Ring, which repels death attacks. In Devil Summoner 2, Raido Kuzunoha vs King Abaddon, Sati has a unique conversation with Parvati that opens with Parvati complimenting Sati's body. The two basically transcend space and time, as Parvati clearly knows something that Sati doesn't, but is careful not to give too much away. Also, minor grammar mistake, I win, Atlas. Something I find a little odd is that even though both figures are in Nocturne and King Abaddon, Sati and Shiva never have a conversation together. Shiva does with Parvati, but you'd think he could take the time out to talk to Sati as well. One thing I actually didn't notice until I started gathering info to make this video is that Sati really hasn't been around that much lately. She wasn't in Persona 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5, or Soul Hackers 2. At the time of making this video, Sati isn't in the mobile game D2, but that game at least acknowledges her existence through Parvati's Compendium entry, while most recent titles don't. We have seen Sati in re-releases like Nocturne HD Remaster and Golden on Steam, and we will see her again in a few months with Persona 3 Portable and Golden on consoles. but I do hope we get to see her again soon in a more modern title. And so there you have it, Sati, the pretty pyroplastered progenitor of Parvati. Did I leave out something you thought was important? Was I just plain wrong about something? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know who you'd like to see me talk about in future episodes. That's going to do it for this episode of the Demonic Compendium, and I will see you next time. But be careful while you rest that a demon doesn't take over your body.